Did you know that in a room full of grandfather clocks, all the clocks will sync up to the biggest grandfather clock in the room? And this phenomenon was noted and noticed as early as the 1600s. I forget the guy's name. I'm not going to take credit for this analogy or this metaphor because I actually learned it from one of my coaches, Chase Tollison, and it's stuck with me ever since. And if you're skeptical like me, look it up. You can see the guy who noticed the phenomenon and the year that it happened. But the reason why I bring this up is because most of my videos, and especially my video last week in this Unfiltered Thought series, was about there's room left on the table of where your business can grow because you're not growing or you're neglecting yourself. And this idea spins off of that because it comes down to your leadership, right? And so much of people looking at leadership look at it as this like thing where you just tell people what to do. And that's such an ass backwards way of looking at leadership, in my opinion. In my experience and with the people that I've worked with, the most successful leaders are the ones who invest in themselves, who take care of themselves. And there are so many things that point to being this biggest grandfather clock in the room, because even if you're suppressing your emotions, because really, let's look at it this way, guys. Leadership is more about mental and emotional regulation than anything else. And I even hate to use that clinical terminology, but really what it comes down to is what's called psychological flexibility. And that psychological flexibility, what really it comes down to is you being able to manage and regulate your emotions well. Because even if you're experiencing frustration, even if you're experiencing on the other side of it, like this immense amount of happiness, people feel that. And it is something that plays into your ability to lead and to really influence, right? Because leadership is all about your ability to influence your people and get them to ultimately create results, create change, do the things that need to be done in order to move this business forward. And even if you're not a business owner and you're a manager or a leader of a team, it's the same thing. You need to produce results. And the more influential that you are on them, the more or better results they're going to drive when it comes down to it. So if you feel like you're having a hard time getting through with your team, getting the results that you need, getting them to show up in the way that they need to, you might want to look in the mirror and look at yourself first and ask yourself, am I being the biggest grandfather clock in the room right now? Because ultimately your people will sync up with you. And if you are not in a place to be synced up with, where your rhythm is off, where your, call it frequency, however deep you want to take it, there's a practical way of looking at it, your people feed off of that. So are you being the biggest grandfather clock in the room?